People have been asking me this. There was a time I got mad at a pack of dogs. I was yelling at them with a stick. How did you manage to keep it hidden for 7 to 8 months? Given that your posts and stories, you're not pregnant. I packed all of my stuff, told him to drop me at my lola's house and I'm gonna stay there. And it was really just because he ordered fried chicken, which I didn't want to eat. Is the baby a boy or a girl? The baby is a... Hi guys, it's Katarina. Welcome back to my vlog. Today I'm going to be answering a series of questions that you all asked me through Instagram stories, and they're all questions on my pregnancy. I hope you guys enjoyed my announcement video, and I think you're gonna enjoy this video just as much. So before I start, I want to ask you all to please subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button so you'll be notified when I post my next videos. And I have a series of really fun, informative, and very entertaining pregnancy videos coming up the next following weeks. So let's get started with the questions. The first question was asked a lot, and the first question is, what made you keep your pregnancy a secret for 8 months? I know a lot of people have been wondering this. I don't really want to think of it as keeping it a secret, but more of keeping it private. Nino is a pretty private person, and I respect him for that, but I think this decision of keeping it private for 8 months was one that I had made from the beginning, from the moment I found out I was pregnant. Because it is my first pregnancy, I just really wanted to enjoy every moment of it. I didn't want to be bombarded with congratulations or like questions and even work stuff related to me being pregnant or me being a mom. When I first found out, I wanted to do my own research and read up myself and, you know, just really fully prepare myself on being pregnant and motherhood. So yeah, not really a secret, but just more of private between family and friends. How did you manage to keep it hidden for 7 to 8 months? Given that your posts and stories, you're not pregnant. Throwbacks. Fortunately, in this case, my not posting in real time worked in my favor because I've accumulated so many photos over the past year or so, photos and videos. So I was able to post stories of me not being pregnant or looking pregnant, and I have photos and videos from like before the pandemic that I haven't gotten to post. I could actually be pregnant for 4 more years and people on social media would have no idea because that's how much backlog content I have. Were you already pregnant when Hopi and Ken and their families went to Bayuid last January? I was, and actually I had just found out around the time that they arrived, and they were one of the first to know. In fact, I think they knew before I even told my family. How did you tell celeb guests about baby Barbers and how did they react? So I didn't really tell them. It was more of like, hello and surprise, I'm pregnant. Everyone was really supportive and also respected my privacy. Aside from Hopi and Ken, Kylie Versosa also stayed, and I remember David Gison and Angelique Manto were here the same time that Kylie stayed, and there was one night we all bonded in the dining over my being pregnant, and it was just really fun and super funny to answer their questions. Kylie even sent gifts for our virtual baby shower, and we also had Vladimir Grand and his girlfriend stay, and they were super fun. They bonded with baby Barbers' cousins and our Nino's family, so our family. Even when Sarah and Richard Gutierrez were here in Siargao, they came by. They're friends of Nino, so they said hi to him, congratulated him, and Sarah actually gave me a few tips on pregnancy, the delivery, and entering motherhood, which was really helpful. Was your pregnancy planned or God's plan? I think all pregnancies, whether planned or not, are God's plan. What is your birth plan? I'm really aiming for a gentle birth, a water birth in fact, in Davao. From the moment I found out I was pregnant, I knew I wanted to give birth in Davao, which is where my family is from, and I knew I wanted to do a water birth. The drive from Siargao to Davao is not that bad. It's pretty smooth. The whole trip altogether is about 6 to 8 hours, and I'm the type of person who just falls asleep on the plane, in the car. I can just knock out within like 5 minutes. So for me, it's like a smooth ride. Also, what I wanted is to make sure that there's a proper hospital with all the proper equipment, and in Davao, of course, they have like the best hospital staff and hospital and pedia care also, which is available there. Unlike here in Siargao, we're not complete with those things, unfortunately. There's not even an OB, so that's why I didn't want to give birth here in Siargao unless we had all those stuff. And Nino has also been such a great partner in making both of these requests happen. So he's pretty much setting up the whole where we're gonna hold the water birth, the home birth, and making sure everything is set for us in Davao from Siargao, which I feel like is a lot of work and medyo stressful din, pero kaya naman niya. And he seems like he's not letting the stress get to him, or he's not showing me anyway that he's stressed. Next question. Sa Siargao ka po nag-prenatal, how was it? So I've spent 8 months of my pregnancy almost here in Siargao. I'll also be spending the last month in Davao. Whether there's a pandemic or not, I would probably opt to spend most of my pregnancy here on the island because I've been so lucky to have fresh air, the beachfront, which is just like a couple hundred steps away from our room, and being able to just do the things I normally do that won't affect me being pregnant. So I was able to surf up until I was about 6.5 months, almost 7 months. I can go on walks. I don't have to wear a mask. I do though when I go to crowded places or to town. You know, we have just like all this open space, and yeah, it's really been a blessing. And you know, I have the sunlight, I have the ocean, I have fresh air, nature every single day, and I'm really my healthiest here. So yeah, it's been amazing and it's been a blessing. Okay, so another really popular question was, any cravings or pinaglihiyan? I'd say I've had more of flavors of the week. So it would change kasi from one week to the next week. Like in the beginning, I really wanted to eat carbs. I wanted pizza and pasta. And mind you, if you know me, you will never see me eat pasta. I'm not a big pasta fan. It's not that I don't like it. I just rather eat other foods. I don't think I've eaten pasta in like 2 years. Or even 3 years until I got pregnant and reached my first trimester. Yeah, so you really rarely see me eat pasta. And I remember my first trimester, Nino came into the room at like 8 a.m. and I was eating a bag of classic Lay's potato chips. So potatoes, french fries, chips, that was another thing that I ate a lot of in my first trimester. Puro carbs lang talaga. There was another time in my second trimester, I had to have my friend Tish's homemade apple pie for breakfast. If I didn't have it, my whole day would be ruined. I would be annoyed. I would be pekon. I don't know why, but I really just wanted her apple pie, and I would eat it with scrambled egg and an apple. So it was really a quirky mix of a breakfast, but that's what I wanted like my entire second trimester. Then the craving started to disappear around the end of the second trimester, but it would really just change. There's even a point in my first trimester I wanted like fruity candies or like gummies. That lasted like a week. Another time I wanted Spam and Vienna sausage, which I'm allergic to, so I don't eat it because I'm allergic to it. So those are some of the things that I crave. Next question. This is a funny question. Did I have mood swings, or was there a time that I was being overly emotional? So I didn't have as many as I thought I would have. In fact, I could count them all on one hand, but each scenario was either overly dramatic or insanely funny in the end. To name a few, there was a time I got mad at a pack of dogs, yung mga aso ng kapitbahay namin dito, because I was going for a walk and they started barking and attacking my dogs. So, syempre, I got overprotective and I fought them. Not fought them, but I was yelling at them with a stick. And in turn, yung goat nila attacked me. And this is like a black male goat with long horns, and it just started going like that to me. So if you were like driving by our street here in Malinao, you would see a pregnant woman yelling at a pack of dogs with a goat trying to attack her, and then the owner of the goat, another woman, trying to hold the goat back from attacking me. So there is that time. Then there's another time I almost beat up my friend's ex with an umbrella, and then another time I moved out of our place in Davao. This is when our trip for my second trimester, and I moved to my lola's place at like 11:30 p.m. because Nino ordered fried chicken, which I didn't want to eat, and I got really mad at him. So I packed all of my stuff, told him to drop me at my lola's house and I'm gonna stay there. And then I cried to my tito about it for like 15 minutes. And it was really just because he ordered fried chicken, which I didn't want to eat. So those were like the 3 most memorable moments I could think of where I was being overly emotional. How did you stay fit during your pregnancy? Okay, I didn't stay fit throughout my whole pregnancy. In fact, there was a time where I was like bloated, not manas, not exactly manas because my fingers were okay pa, but my rings don't fit me. So even if I feel like I'm not as bloated, yeah, I can't wear rings right now. Not that I really feel like wearing rings or jewelry. As you can tell, wala akong pakialam sa itsura ko ngayon. So what was my game plan? To make a long story short, my friend who has had several kids, she told me that while she's pregnant, what she does is she usually stays the same weight her first trimester and second trimester, and then blows up her third trimester. I don't think that's right for my body. What I did was, my first trimester, I did whatever I felt like doing, ate whatever I felt like eating. So I stopped working out because I was so lethargic and sleepy and lazy and just pagod ako talaga. Like, I didn't want to do anything. And then I ate whatever I wanted because the cravings were real. Like, kahit it was a flavor of the week, when I wanted something, it's like, okay, I have to eat this. Pero kung wala dito, wala akong options. Siyempre, we're here in Siargao. There's some foods I couldn't get, like fast foods. It was okay. It was more of like if I saw it, I want to eat it. So I ate so much carbs, did whatever I wanted. And in 1 month, my second month, I gained 15 pounds. Then, my second trimester, my plan was, okay, I have to start working out with some sort of routine or consistently. So I'd work out like every other day or 2 to 4 times a week. And then I cut out processed foods. So no foods in plastic, no foods in boxes, nothing processed. And then no more pork because I don't usually eat pork. So no canned foods, just anything that I wouldn't normally eat, I removed it. Except for the pasta and some other carbs. Then throughout my second trimester, I gained about another 15 pounds, but at least it wasn't in one go. And then for my third trimester, so now I have a disciplined workout routine where I do yoga every other day. I see a personal trainer twice a week. I walk almost every day. And then I am very strict with my diet, so I eat the same thing almost every day, which is nutritional foods that's good for me and for the baby. And I barely gained anywhere. I'd say maybe not even 5 pounds or maybe 5 pounds already. So altogether, I've gained about 35 pounds to 40. I'm assuming by the time I deliver, I'll have gained about 40 pounds. So that's my secret, and I did this specifically because I don't want the baby to get so big inside of me, because syempre I want to be able to deliver easily. and it's easier to deliver a smaller baby. So when the baby comes out, then I'll make the baby mataba and chubby. But for my pregnancy, I wanted to make sure that my last trimester I wasn't so bloated or heavy or manas, and so far so good. Next question, what are the major changes of your pregnancy? Okay, so physically, aside from my tummy and putting on some pounds, I also have stretch marks, and I feel like my teeth also moved. The stretch marks showed up around my 7th month, and my teeth, I don't know, I feel like they got smaller, and I feel like they just moved. I'm not sure if I'm imagining things, but yeah, the teeth, it's like a change that bothers me. The stretch marks bothered me for a couple days, and then I got over it because, well, I feel like it will go away. Hopefully it goes away. Then some changes that happen to my character, or like internal changes, I'm a lot more patient than I was before, and many things that would normally bother me don't. So yun, like how I look right now, like wala akong makeup, I didn't fix my hair, I'm just wearing like pangtulog t-shirt, and it's like after lunch na. So yeah, those kinds of things don't bother me anymore. How did you maintain your glowing skin? What's your routine? Water. I drink so much water. Like, I try to drink as much water as I can, and I sleep. I don't deprive myself of sleep, and neither does Nino. So since I've been pregnant, I'll get like 12 to 14 hours of sleep in a day. Sometimes straight, but I nap a lot too. So I really prioritize now my strict workout, of course eating consistently, and then if I feel like sleeping, I just sleep. Yeah, so that's my secret. Although I don't really feel like my skin's glowing, there was a time nga that I was super dry. But thank you to the person who asked this question. And I think I really just got super white. Like, you can tell na sobrang, for my hands, like sobrang puti ako. Like, this part and this part is almost the same. As much as I try to tan, wala, I'm just white. As for my routine, it also changed a few times throughout my pregnancy, but I do have a vlog coming up on the products I used for skincare and hair care, what's pregnancy safe. Yeah, so just wait for that one to come out. This was also a popular question. What was your initial thought when you found out you're pregnant? My initial thought, okay, so I still thought I was like 21 years old, so I low-key panicked thinking I'm too young. But this lasted for like 5 minutes until I called my kuya, and he reminded me that both Nino and I are at the perfect age, and we're both more than ready financially, emotionally, the phase and stage in our lives, like we're both there. And then I calmed down and I was like, okay, it's now or never. It's now or never. And then another really popular question to follow up, the last one, is how did you tell Nino and what was his reaction? So I actually found out on Christmas Day. And so after I took my first test, I took a second test because the positive line came out so fast in the first one and also in the second one. And then I just told him, I'm pregnant, Merry Christmas. And he thought I was pranking him at first because I always prank him. And I showed him the test, and once he finally believed me, he started planning the baptism, who he's gonna get for Ninong and Ninangs, and he was just super excited, and he's been so excited ever since. He actually like really just cannot wait for me to give birth. And then what were my parents' reaction? So my parents are in the States, they're based in Florida, and my parents were really happy, of course. They also thought I was joking at first. If you haven't already guessed, I'm a prankster. I'm always joking and I'm always pranking people. So that's why everyone just keeps thinking I'm kidding. My mom kept asking, are you really pregnant? Are you really? Are you really? And then my dad, he was grilling steaks. We were in the video call, of course, and I remember he got really quiet, and usually him and I just talk a lot. He's like my best friend, so we always talk when we're video calling. But I think after the news sunk in, of course they were not upset, they were congratulating, they were so happy because it's their first apo, so they got really excited. We would video call like every single night for the first couple of weeks, and then now we just video call so much. And they're so sweet. They even sent 2 balikbayan boxes with the cutest baby stuff because it's their first apo and of course my first baby. So this baby's gonna be so loved and spoiled, especially by my mom and dad. I like this question. What is your biggest fear right now? I'd say my biggest fear is not being able to perform my dream delivery, which is the water birth, and not being able to perform it because of the pain. If I have to because of medical reasons, do cesarean or go to the hospital, then syempre I'm not gonna fight it. But if it's because I'm being maarte at hindi ko kaya yung pain, I'm gonna be so upset with myself if it doesn't push through because of that. I suppose it's really just the pain being too much that scares me. But I'd say that I have a pretty high pain tolerance. So yeah, feeling ko kaya ko. So the next question is, do you plan on going back to work after you give birth? Yes, I do plan on it. I'm planning on going back sometime early next year, first quarter of 2022. Though wala akong place sa Manila. So Nino and I have to like settle that after I give birth and figure that out. But I do plan to go back to work. I actually miss working a lot and I don't know if I'm gonna change how I feel once the baby's out, but let's see. So far, yes. I also really love this next question. How is your overall journey so far? I absolutely love being pregnant. Feeling ko I'm gonna miss my bump. I think I'm gonna miss my bump. And I'm gonna miss just the feeling of like doing whatever I want and being super taken care of and sleeping as much as I want to again because I've been here in Siargao and I have access to all of like the nature and the beach and being able to swim in the ocean and you know just being where I love. I mean being in paradise, diba? I think that's what has made my journey so great. And then of course, Nino being so supportive and such a great partner is like the cherry on top of it all. Then second to last question. Do you plan to exclusively breastfeed? 100% yes. Especially for the first 6 months and ideally I want to go up to 2 years minimum if I can. So fingers crossed, I'm doing what I can to make sure this happens. And then finally, last question. This was the most asked question. People have been asking me this, some friends, some family, and then a lot of you guys who have been following me from my announcement have been asking, is the baby a boy or a girl? So to answer your question, the baby is a
The last 9 months I've devoted to you. Now I'm gonna have fun. What do you say, sweetheart?
Right now, it's looking near the butt area, but again,
Okay, so I don't know at all if it's a boy or a girl. You think it's a boy or girl?
boy.
Nino thinks it's a boy. I think it's I don't know. I always wanted a boy first, but I want a girl also. We just have to have a lot.
Yeah, okay.
We have to have lots of babies. We're gonna have another rabbit!
Yay!
Woo! Congrats! You're a baby boy! What if it's a girl? You're a baby boy!
And there you guys have it. The baby is a boy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope I was able to answer a lot of the questions you guys have, and I hope you guys subscribe. Please do watch my next vlogs coming up. It's also still on my pregnancy journey, and I can't wait for everybody to meet baby Barbers. Bye! Thank you!
You held my hand, the next thing I'd hold yours, the next thing I'd kiss you.